Well, it's time for another edition of the Gospelcast, and today we do have the great honor of having one of the sons of Gainesville, Georgia, here with us today. He's a real peach of a guy. His name is Auden Gilbert. We'll be back with Auden right after this. Welcome to the Faith to Faith Gospelcast, where we talk about all things related to God, faith, missions, leadership, side hustles, and what Jesus is doing in the next generation. I'm your host, Tommy Ashiro, and I want to welcome you to the program. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button and come back for a new episode each week. With all that said, let's jump into today's episode. What's up, Auden?
What's up, Tomothy?
Where do you think Auden comes from as a name?
There's a poet in Europe whose name was W.H. Auden.
So you were named after a last name?
After a last name, yeah, actually.
Do you know any of his poetry?
Not really.
No?
It was all around World War II. It's super depressing.
We need a little research done on poetry of, what is it?
W.H. Auden.
W.H. Auden. Can you please research some poetry? And when you find some good lines, I'd like you to read a few lyrics, a few bars. That's what the kids say. Bars.
That's what they say, yeah.
So we're going to hear a little Auden poetry here in a few minutes. Come back when you get something good. Production assistant, thank you. Gilbert, that's a lot more normal. Don't you think it would have been better if they just named you Gilbert Auden?
You know, they definitely could have, but I don't know if that's how names work, Tom.
I don't know. I actually know. Man, that's a bad example. Well, no, it's not a bad example. So my friend Judith Bass married a guy named Bassem Gayed, and Gayed is spelt like G-A-Y-E-D.
Yeah.
So she couldn't imagine her kids having that as a last name. So she took his first name as her last name. So it's Bassem and Judith Bassem. He's Gayed, but she's Bassem.
Wow.
So I thought that was really interesting.
That's really interesting,
As her last name, Bassem. She went from Bass to Bassem.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I would take the other.
You wouldn't go the other way around?
Yeah, I don't know if I would. Just
Gilbert
the way
Auden?
they're spelled. Yeah, Gilbert Auden.
I could see you as a Gilbert, though.
Well, maybe a Gilberto, you know.
Gilbert.
Yeah, maybe not just a Gilbert. A lot of people have said that.
I could see you as a Gilberto. Have you found any poetry yet?
I have.
All right, pull the microphone up to your face. We've got Josiah Maloney off camera, also known as Jomo. He's going to read us a few licks of Mr. W.H. Auden. What's the name of the poem?
This one is called Funeral Blues.
Let's hear it.
This is his most famous one.
Okay, let's hear it.
Stop all the clocks, cut off the telephone. Prevent the dog from barking with the juicy bone. Silence the pianos with a muffled drum. Bring out the coffin, let the mourners come. Let aeroplanes circle, mourning overhead. Scribbling on the sky, the message he is dead.
I told you, it's depressing.
This is very depressing. Keep going.
That's what I said.
Hold on.
It's World War II.
Let's hear the rest of this.
Put crepe bows round the white necks of the public doves. Let the traffic policemen wear black cotton gloves. He was my north, my south, my east and west, my morning week and my Sunday rest. My noon, my midnight, my talk, my song. I thought that love would last forever. I was wrong.
Oh,
The stars are not wanted now.
Wow.
Put at every one. Pack up the moon and dismantle the sun. Pour away the ocean and sweep up the wood. For nothing now can ever come to any good.
wow.
It's depressing.
Welcome to the show, Auden.
Thank you. That's a great way to start the show. That's great.
So you're named after
Everyone's clicked off at this point.
the poet of death, I guess.
The Poet of Death, yeah, 1942.
A lot of these are really depressing.
Wow. Okay, we're done. We're done reading poetry
Yeah.
now. Okay, that's enough poetry. So what's your thing? Are you a poet as well, or?
I used to think I was a poet and I didn't even know it.
Really, really.
But yeah, like since
Gangster
that time.
rap mostly?
Yeah, mostly gangster rap. Yeah.
Okay,
I actually am really known for rapping in my car.
All right,
with my little
let's hear a few lines right now.
All right. I'm at Tom's house. He's totally cool. He's about to take me to some super rad school.
Okay, this is going poorly. I think I like the death poetry
Yeah.
better.
That's good.
I think we gotta lay down a beat.
No.
Lay down a beat. Lay down a beat.
No
We
beats.
get on
No
that.
beats. We're done with that. All right, Auden. So you're from Gainesville, Georgia, born and raised.
Born and raised.
Born and raised.
Lived in Alaska for a year.
What was that all about?
It was cold. My parents felt called to move up there, and we ended up moving up there. And there was a lot of snow and ice. Fun times.
Did you ever like experience the sun not setting or like for like 3 hours a day? Or
In the summer, it was bright all the time, so people would be walking their dog at like 11 o'clock at
That's
night.
crazy.
Yeah, like 1 a.m. in the morning, like I see somebody walking their dog.
Wow.
But yeah, in the winter, it's kind of depressing. You only get a few hours of sun. So
Okay, so the Lord called them to Alaska for a year and then back home.
it was actually going to be a permanent move. But then after about a year, there was a 7.2 earthquake right where
Whoa.
we were. Yeah.
Whoa.
So my little sister has Down syndrome, and so there's some
Oh.
inner ear stuff that she had, and then my mom had some PTSD from it. So we ended up moving back. And I
7.2 is
moved
serious.
back with my siblings. Yeah.
Was that enough for like a sinkhole or anything like that?
I don't think so. There was
How old were you?
There were a few rows that collapsed. I was like 14, 15.
Okay, so you were old enough to like really feel it,
Yeah.
experience it.
Yeah. I was at school the day it happened, actually.
Dang.
Yeah. I was like, guys, is this normal? Apparently not normal.
Wow.
It's not normal.
So did your parents rethink the call to Alaska and like, yeah, maybe we didn't do that right? Or well, I'm not judging. I'm just
I think
wondering.
maybe it was a right call, but it was just for a season. Like it was just for a time. And we ended up
Gotcha.
moving back because we still had the house.
Interesting.
And a big part of like
This
my
is a house I
family-
visited.
Yeah, yeah.
You've had the house the whole time? That whole
We've had the house the whole time for like 20 years.
Wow. That's cool. Now,
With all those kiddos, you have to.
yeah, let's talk about all those kiddos. Not your kids. You don't have any kids, but
Not yet.
your
Not
parents,
married.
did they adopt a bunch of kids?
They adopted one kid, and
Okay.
then my parents also had 8 kids. So there's 9 kids.
Those are
in
8
total.
biological kids? I thought you
8
just, like-
biological kids.
I thought those were all like foster kids. Or
Well,
something.
we have foster kids on top of that. So
That's
they add
wait
another.
a minute, wait. I
Oh,
just
boy.
didn't realize how deep of a hole this was going to get us into. Let's go through it. So
Uh-huh.
there's 8 biological kids.
8 biological kids.
How many adopted kids?
There's 1 adopted boy.
That's 9. And then
yeah,
how many?
he's got special needs.
and then how many foster kids?
We had 5. Now we have 4. So we had 3 babies. Now we only have 2 babies. And then we have 2 special needs. But the babies, one's a fetal alcohol syndrome baby, and then one
man.
is she had her spine broken when she was little.
So what is that, like 15 people in the household?
Something like that. 2 of my older brothers are moved out because one's married and one's at college. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a full
Well,
house.
that's half of John Ford's offspring. Or
Yeah.
not his offspring, but his
His
sibling-
offspring.
siblings. His
Yeah.
dad's offspring.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I
I
mean,
don't-
50% is still a lot. I mean, that's still
Yeah.
quite a bit.
I don't think I've met John Ford.
You haven't met John Ford
think
yet?
I've met
John
John
Ford
Ford
loves the Lord. He might pop in. I don't know. Is he coming
was
to
a good
How to Life
rhyme.
tomorrow?
That should be John Ford's statement. John Ford
yeah,
loves the
it's
Lord.
better poetry than your death
Yeah.
death namesake poet
Yeah.
guy. Okay, well, anyway, that's a whole different episode. You can go back to season 2, episode 1 or episode 2.
That's my favorite episode.
can
John Ford's
watch-
episode. Yeah.
You've seen it?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it is actually a good episode.
That's what I've heard.
His dad was the disgraced senator from Tennessee or something like that. Was
Oh,
senator, congressman, something like that.
Yeah.
Very
I
famous
gotta
guy.
go back and watch that.
Yeah,
That
very
sounds-
famous
yeah.
guy, and was involved in this big scandal that's on Wikipedia called the Tennessee. What was it called? Tennessee Waltz, something like that. Anyway, it was like some big government embezzlement thing he got, and he went to
Okay.
jail. So John was from affluent Tennessee family, and then grew up in the system because his mom died and his dad went to jail.
Dang.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, that's a wild
Cool
story.
testimony. Cool testimony.
Very.
Anyway, we're talking about you today and your interesting family dynamic. Was it always like what number kid are you in the process?
I'm the 3rd oldest, so there's 3 oldest
Okay.
boys, and I'm the bottom of the 3. Yeah.
Bottom of the 3 oldest boys, and then foster kids being added throughout, or did they come later?
We actually had all the kids first and the adopted boy, and then my mom kind of felt called to foster, so we ended up starting to foster. And we started with just like 1 kid, and we weren't even supposed to have any but my dad's a pediatrician, so we got like extra clearance, and then now we have 4.
Wow.
So it's like we've really just we've added them on.
Well,
Yeah.
that is a real interesting thing to explore because, you know, in large families, there's different kinds of dynamics that play out, as you probably know. And I suppose if you're the third in, I don't know where middle children end up being in a list that long. So, like, how do you relate to your siblings? How old's the oldest?
He's 26 now.
And you're how old?
I'm 21.
And the youngest is how old?
She's 9. She just turned 9.
That's like, wow.
Yeah. So it's
that's incredible.
broad spectrum for sure. Yeah.
How do you relate to your siblings? Was there a lot of fighting in the house growing up, or?
There actually wasn't. My family is super blessed that we've always kind of got along. Like there was obviously moments here and there, like me and my older brother used to like tussle back in the day. Me and my younger sister used to just hate each other for no reason. But now that we're all a little bit older, everything goes along just fine. You know, it's pretty.
It
smooth
seems
living.
like in a household that size, everybody has to have a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so there's not a lot of room for not holding up your end of the deal.
I think both my parents are super servant-hearted and
Yeah.
super hardworking. But yeah, there's definitely some things that like you've got to help out around the house. Our parents don't pressure us too much, but like, yeah, there's definitely some stuff
All
where
right.
you got to step
Well, like,
up.
but like growing up, like chores were given at a younger age, maybe, or no?
Sort of.
At what age? What age you start getting chores?
I was probably 8 or 9, maybe.
Okay.
Just doing like
Yeah,
simple
that's
little
young.
stuff. Yeah. Maybe like feed the bunnies, feed the dogs, something like that.
Is that a thing? Feed the bunnies?
We have bunnies.
How many
yeah. We
bunnies?
have 2 bunnies.
Okay. So it's not as many bunnies as kids.
No, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the little floppy-haired cute bunnies. So
Yeah.
sweet.
That's cool. So if the siblings all get along and mom and dad are servant-hearted, I guess the reason I was going down that line of questioning about what it was like to have that many siblings, and then whether or not you guys got along, and then getting chores and pitching in.
Yeah.
My next question is pretty practical too. How many bathrooms in this house?
Oh, that is a good question. 4 and a
Whoa.
half?
Well, it's a big house. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
How
a
many
big house.
how many bedrooms in this house?
Oh, probably 6.
Okay, 6 bedrooms.
5,
So people
6,
are
yeah.
doubled up in most
Yeah. A couple of people are. And with the babies, it's a whole lot easier
Yeah.
to like double them up and stuff like that. But yeah, I share a room with my little brother actually.
Yeah.
But he's great. Like kid loves the Lord with all his heart, and
How
it's
old
been
is your
something really
little
sweet to
brother?
see. He's 14 now.
Okay.
But yeah, he's just locked in for the Lord. Like he's reading his Bible. Like I'll walk in there at night and he's got this little routine, and he'll be sitting in there like laying down on his bed reading his Bible. And then he gets annoyed at me, obviously,
Did I
because I
meet
walk
him?
in there.
Did I meet him when I came to your house?
I think so. His
was
name's
his-
Ingram.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember meeting him. Yeah.
He's still got to hit puberty. He's still growing. But yeah, dude, he's locked in, man. He's
That's
all
cool.
for it. So it's really cool.
It's cool that your family's tight and close, and the house is big, but it's packed. It's
Yeah.
definitely a packed house.
People are always coming in, especially we have
Yeah.
2 special needs kiddos, and then the foster kids are special needs as well. So there's always people coming in and out, and it's actually a great form of ministry for my mom. We recently had a story of a lady coming in, and she wasn't like with her faith really, and then just through seeing my mom and this other lady who comes to her house like worshiping the Lord and just like singing in the mornings and whatever else, she actually came to know the Lord. So it was really
Wow.
cool that my mom's ministry, even at her like my house, has impacted people.
That's cool.
Which has been
That's
cool.
really cool. So you guys are packed in this house. It's a bigger house, but still a lot of people in it. 15-ish people living there together.
Yeah.
Nobody's fighting. They're all getting along.
For the most part, yeah. Honestly,
Loving
we
the
don't
Lord.
fight. It sounds crazy. Yeah. My whole
It
family.
does sound a little crazy.
My whole family actually loves the Lord. The more I've grown in my faith, the more I've seen my family come to Christ, which has been
Wow.
really, really sweet.
Now, has your parents always been Christians then?
Yeah, we always grew up in church.
Okay.
Always grew up Christians, but as we've grown, everyone's become a little more serious for
Wow.
sure.
Cool. All right, let's explore this then. So if there's 4 bathrooms, you got 15 people, there's still probably a schedule for showers and
No.
No?
No.
Really?
No schedules?
No, I mean, people definitely have their times where like they take a shower. So if you go in between this time and this time, yeah, somebody's
But like
gonna be
if
showering.
people got to go to school and work and stuff, there's like mad dash because it's not like, people got to all leave the house about the same time or like waves of people trying to get in and out of the house, right?
Yeah.
So that's got to get we got to do some traffic control or something, right?
I think definitely at night, like my little sisters and stuff, like they all take a shower and they have like their little routine and they've got to like take it in times or whatever. But in the morning, it's usually pretty chill because my dad goes to work pretty early, and then like my mom falls after that, and then I fall after that, and we just like, I guess there's a routine. It's just not like super set, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Interesting, because like I'm thinking about what I understand about other big families, and they run a pretty tight ship.
We're just different.
Interesting.
Gilbert family is different. Gilberto family. Yeah, that's why my name's so unique.
Gilberto Auden.
Gilberto Auden.
That's
what they call me in the streets.
So why do you think you guys are so chill?
I don't know. I think my dad has always just been a super good example of what like a kind man is and a kind godly man.
Tell me what that looks like. What do you notice about your dad that you admire?
He's super outgoing. So when I was a kid, he would always just talk to people and he'd know everybody, and he would always take time to step away to just talk to people and love on them and make sure they felt seen and heard. And just, he's a super understanding dude. He's a pediatrician, but like there was a time recently where my dad had to step away from work for like 3 months. Like he was in between jobs, and there were like whole Facebook groups popping up looking for my dad because they love him so much.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of wild.
Facebook groups?
Facebook groups. There were people on Facebook.
I don't think I met your dad when I came
saying all sorts of stuff. Yeah. He's jacked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's jacked. He's 59, but
no way.
He's jacked.
Wow.
Yeah. And loves the Lord, so
wow.
He's a good dude.
Okay, so, and mom, what's mom like?
She loves running. She loves Jesus.
She's got to love running around with all them kids.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. She runs like 4 or 5 miles 3 times a week, but she's super sweet, super smart-hearted. And her ministry doesn't have to be something that like reaches out, but it's just something practical. It's like at home, with the people she meets. She likes to go to the gas station. She talks to those people, can like talk to them about Jesus because she loves Diet Coke, Diet Dr. Pepper, all that stuff. And so going to the gas station is her like little getaway from the fam.
Little getaway to the gas station. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So what did you pick up from mom growing up? What made her special to you?
I was homeschooled. So my mom read us the Bible. Yeah, you probably could see I was homeschooled, but
I didn't know, but now that I know, I have a whole new list of questioning. But continue.
Okay. My mom would read us the Bible. So in the morning, she'd like read stories, all that kind of stuff. So she just put a good firm foundation, a good base.
Always
to, like,
homeschooled all the way up?
Doing.
All the way up?
I went to school until like 3rd grade.
Okay.
And then I homeschooled, did online school after that. When we moved to Alaska, I obviously went to school there. And then I finished off that year when we moved back, and then went back to homeschool and online school. So yeah.
What kind of program were you using?
Ooh, I have no idea. I think it was Christian Light, and then I think we used the Becca program when I was a little kid. Maybe
we finally descend to a Becca.
Maybe we did.
Becca has made appearances at least 4 Faith to Faith Gospel casts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a green flag or a red flag?
Probably a red one.
Ooh, maybe beige.
Yeah.
Maybe beige. I don't know if we used the Becca. I think we might have.
Yeah.
If you've been homeschooled, you've used a Becca.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. It seems like everybody starts there and either goes full tilt. What's the name of that Baptist school down?
Oh, like a SBC?
No, worse. More hardcore than that. What's down in was it Maryland or Tennessee or something like that? The one where the guys and girls have to walk on different sidewalks and things.
Whoa, I don't know about that. Is that Liberty?
No. No, I think that Liberty's the opposite of that.
Yeah,
but
no.
daggone, I can't think of the name.
Is that where you went to school?
No, but Andrew's wife, Andrew McIntosh, who I don't know if you met Andrew or not, but his wife went to school there, and the name's escaping me. It's annoying me now. But anyway, pretty conservative Baptist school.
Different sidewalks is crazy.
Different sidewalks is wild. No purpling though, Josiah. No purpling.
Yep. But the homeschool edition, I mean, yeah, yeah,
Those
either,
homeschoolers, man, they're weird. I'll tell you that.
they can be like
Yeah.
we've
That's
had.
why you're homeschooled, yeah.
I was never homeschooled. No.
Wow. Some people just have the feeling of it, you know.
Wow.
Like you'd expect
Is
that they were.
is that your entry point into trading blows with me? I mean, 'cause
I mean,
this is a
maybe.
losing proposition because I get
We'll
to edit
see.
the show.
We'll see.
At the end, I get final editing privileges.
We'll see what happens, Joe Schmo.
we can spin this any different way that I want. All right, let's go back to talking about your mama. I mean,
Yeah.
in the positive way. So mom likes to run. She goes to the gas station, but
Mhm.
I don't think you really drilled down into like what about her character really was a good example to you.
Yeah.
How
Servant-hearted, hardworking, loving. She's usually busy, but she never like missed making time to, I guess, listen to us, if that makes sense, and talk to us about the Lord or like whatever else. Like she was always pretty adamant about.
That's
those
amazing
things.
because
And her love
so many
showed her
kids,
heart.
and none of the kids felt like they were getting left behind. Every kid felt like they were seen, and
Yeah,
that's really interesting.
it's been a
kinda-
blessing.
it's
She's
kinda
also a
interest-
prayer warrior, which
Yeah.
is a huge part of it.
It's kind of interesting too because you said your dad's a pediatrician, so both parents really love kids.
Yeah, my mom was actually going to go into medicine, so she was in med school and met my dad and ended up getting engaged in 6 weeks.
Whoa,
I know, crazy, and then got married a year later. So,
whoa,
yeah,
that's pretty fast.
it's pretty quick. You know, when you know, you know.
So, like, based on what you're sharing about your parents, what kind of things do you think really rubbed off on you, and what you value and what you care about?
Just to love others. I think I can take from my dad that he was always intentional with people, always knew people's names, and always cared enough to slow down to love those around him or to love the people that he met.
Mm-hmm.
Even just serving people, you know, like getting older, I've had so many older folks come up to me and just be like, I love your dad. You know, when your dad was at this school with these, like with your brothers, like he was always so loving. Like I heard a story recently of my dad hearing that some librarian lady loved Elvis, and he came in with Pez dispensers that were Elvis and gave them to her just
Wow.
to be kind. And it's like the little things like that have rubbed off on me. And then from my mom, it's just the intentionality in serving others, that she doesn't need to be seen. She doesn't need anything back from it, but she just genuinely loves serving people. And that's been a really sweet thing as well. And just talking about Jesus
Yeah.
and be bold enough to do it.
So, have you tried to apply any of these intentional things that you see your mom and dad do in the way you're doing ministry now?
I would just say the way that I like to live every day has been super, like my dad's had a super big impact on it. So the people around my town or the people I meet, I just love speaking to people. Like any person can be my friend. I just might not have met them yet. And that's how I try to live my life. And then also like my mom's side of like serving people. Like I love serving. Like if I can hold someone's bag, if I can pay for someone's food. My dad also showed me that as a kid of like we would get in line at Burger King and he would pay for the person behind us and stuff like that. Just showing me all these good little characteristics and good little things to do just to like show people that they're loved, you know, that they're seen, that somebody sees them. And then my mom just like, she would always be praying. So like, it's just challenged me to pray more. Because like bringing it to the Lord is the best thing I can do. So that's just kind of like what I brought into my life. Yeah.
That's cool. So, so it seems like you're not afraid to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty kind of ministry.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of just, you know, serving isn't going to always be pretty. And like a lot of the time it's not. Like for the foster kids we have, like one's a quadriplegic and like changing their bedpan is not.
You have to do that?
I don't, but like my
Oh.
parents do. And it's like, that's not a pretty thing. But I have had to do like, you know, feeding tubes and stuff like that. And that's not always the prettiest thing. It's not always the cleanest thing. Changing poopy diapers isn't always the cleanest thing.
You doing that?
Occasionally, yeah, I've done
Let's
it before,
go.
But
Auden Poopy Diapers
poopy
Gilbert.
diapers. But yeah, man, I mean, serving is serving. Serving is you can wash your hands, you know, like you can do whatever. It's just serving where people need it. So, yeah, especially with special needs, that's a big thing that my parents are called to.
Do you feel like a similar calling to foster kids or special needs or
I don't know.
big family?
Big family, I don't know. I definitely have like, I could have like 4 kids somewhere around
It's
there.
still pretty big.
It's still pretty big, but if you have like one kid, it's just kind of sad, So you gotta have at least 2 or 3, and then if you have 2 or 3, 4 is not insane, but it's ultimately up to the Lord, just what He blesses me with. I'm fine with whatever. So, fostering though and adopting, I mean, I think there was a statistic that in Georgia, if every church adopted one kid, so just the whole church adopted one kid in Georgia, there would be no kids up for adoption. Wow. Which is pretty crazy statistic. And then with fostering, and it's just a sweet thing to do. I think when I definitely get older with my wife, or whoever I end up marrying, it'd be a thing that I'd be open to. So,
are we making any
headway
with finding this special lucky woman?
No, I'm not married yet. No, I mean there's
any prospects on the table?
There's kind lady. Yeah, there's kind ladies in my life.
Kind lady?
There's kind ladies in my life. Yeah.
Why are you saying kind lady? What is that? Is this some Georgia slang? I'm very confused.
I think it's that southern charm.
That's a slang word, kind lady.
I don't know. I think I just make things up sometimes, but I think that's definitely slang.
It's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
And we're saying there's a lady.
Well, there's just kind, it's kind of lady. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. So are you saying there's some prospects or a prospect?
Yes, kind of like a kind lady.
I feel, this is going the wrong direction. Instead of answering a question, it's creating more questions.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Made it weird.
Well, I'm just getting to know, getting to know someone,
Someone.
Yeah.
So we've honed in focus on. Someone.
Yeah, just getting to know someone, you know.
The kind lady.
Yeah, just getting to know a kind lady, heart for the Lord, stuff like that. But that's what I ultimately desire more than anything else. So.
Are you not afraid to?
Well, the Lord's heart, but she loves Jesus.
You're not. Oh, okay. We're kind of making.
No, we can switch off this topic. No, we can switch off this topic.
The first time you met my wife and
I. John.
Whoa.
Wow, Tom.
Wait a minute.
Have you been working out?
He said, John. We're talking about a girl, though, right?
We can keep moving forward.
He started to turn red.
The first time I met your wife was at pickleball, Tom.
It was at pickleball, and
actually, no, it was at it was at the wedding.
It was at the wedding, but at pickleball, you sat down, and you were pretty intentional talking to the two of us. My wife walked away from it not only liking you, but also trying to figure out which girls you were crushing on, and there was definitely some of that going on. There. We won't name names or anything, but
I don't know who I was crushing on.
Yeah,
at
you
that
do.
Time. No,
you really do.
I don't.
Do you want me to name names? I'm not gonna do it. It's a small world in Gainesville, Georgia. So.
Well, yeah. Any of the one I was crushing on then is not someone I'm crushing on now.
Right. We know that. We know that people move on. They move on. You move on.
Yeah.
Just the world keeps turning. True. The record
keeps turning.
Is
that copyright? Oh, gosh. Podcast is canceled.
Yeah, I know, and I know that you'll probably be reluctant to name any names now, just in case it doesn't work out, and it's immortalized on my podcast.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
embarrassing. So I'll let you off the hook without naming names. But if we were to give this girl a fake name, let's call her Daisy.
Daisy's a very nice name.
Yeah, I picked it. I picked it just now.
I've heard of that. Is it like a flower or something?
We'll refer to Daisy or this girl. We don't know her name, but we'll refer to her as Daisy for the rest of this conversation.
Yeah, we can just move on from this conversation, Tom. Let's just talk about anything.
What do you like about Daisy that's got your attention?
Tom, ultimately, I just like a woman who loves Jesus with all her heart and loves serving. And I also love evangelism. So
do you guys serve together at church? Is that part of the? Then how do you know she serves?
Well, I just know.
She just says she does.
Yeah, but what can you really trust? That people.
I know, unless you've worked arm in arm.
Yeah.
Have you done that yet?
No.
Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm literally just
Where'd you meet her?
From a friend.
What, you slid up on her DMs?
No.
Nothing like that.
Oh.
real life college night?
No.
He's not gonna give it to me.
I'm not giving you any
But I'm enjoying
information.
watching
This-
your cheeks turn different shades of red. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And I don't
I'm
wanna
a
look at-
natural blusher. Is it
Yeah.
hot in this room? Gosh. I think it's warm in here.
Okay, but seriously, godly qualities
Yep. Godly qualities.
about Daisy. What do you like?
Well, I just say a godly woman in general is something, you know,
Don't
I
generalize it. Don't
highly,
generalize. Let's get specific.
admire, you know.
Specific qualities of Daisy. See, because
Of
if you
a woman, a godly woman. that
if you do end up marrying Daisy, we'll know this, a code word. You can go back and be
I
like,
don't know
oh,
Daisy.
so romantic, because he was talking about me in all these nice ways, and we just didn't know it was her until later. We do the follow-up episode when you get engaged or whatever. So things about Daisy. We're like, what do you admire? What do you
A godly Christian woman, yeah.
name Daisy for purposes of this conversation.
I think someone who's
Something
just,
real. Something real.
yeah, someone who just serves, someone who's bold enough to like be a light to the girls around her.
And Daisy
sure.
she is that.
So like someone who's bold enough to be a light.
Give me
to
an
the
example
girls
of how
around
she
her.
is. How is she a light to the girls around her?
We can just like lead a Bible study.
Oh, she
You
leads
know,
a
for
Bible study.
friends.
Write that down. We're
Yeah.
taking notes on this.
Can
She,
we?
no, but she leads a Bible study. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
Does she do like the social media preach to the TikTok thing?
No.
No?
I literally 2 weeks ago started talking to this girl. So this is like there's no weight here. Like I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're right on track if your dad married after 6 weeks. So
Yeah.
We're at like the first third, and we do that 2 more times, and you're going to be married, and
Yeah.
first kid a year later.
Yeah. How fast did you and Summer get married?
It wasn't that fast. It was fast, but not that fast. We've both been married before.
Yeah.
So we started dating in the summer, and by the following summer we were married.
Okay. Yeah.
So like from August.
Yeah, you're
to
older
July.
though, so yeah, because
We
you're
are.
ancient. Like your
Whoa.
silver hair is kind of like
Bro.
reflective off the camera.
You know,
That's kind of blinding me with all this light, man.
all this deflection to try and change the subject is not going to actually move
No, it's
the
gonna-
needle
it's
that
gonna move the
far,
subject.
because we did talk about her leading a Bible study, not into Christian TikTok, but
Mhm.
as a servant. Like, in what ways does Daisy serve?
Church. You know, at
What
church
does that
with
mean,
kids.
church?
Yeah, with the kids men at church.
Oh, she does children's
Yeah.
ministry
Yeah.
as a
She
volunteer.
doesn't live near me.
Well, okay, that's good to know. I mean,
Yeah.
but children's
So
ministry.
honestly,
like,
I haven't seen too much
oh,
of
you
like
haven't.
what she does.
So you're just
no,
kind
in
of
firsthand.
imagining it, and
Well, there's some stuff she's talked about
like
for
what?
sure.
Like what?
Well, kind of just what I said, that Bible study, kids men, stuff like that. But I haven't like gotten to know her too well to actually
Gotcha.
like know too much.
If
Does that make
if
sense?
you were able to ask her one question to like get to know her more, what would that question be?
I feel like I could. I don't know. I feel like I've already asked her a lot of questions.
Yeah,
So I think I would have to think on that one. I think, Tom.
yeah. I'm trying to help you here.
We just cut.
I am
just cut all this out.
We're not cutting any of it, man.
Please.
No, why? Why? Nobody knows. I mean, except maybe people back home. They might clue in on it or something. Maybe. I don't know. When Cheyenne sees it, she might be on the sleuth to figure it out.
Shine definitely will be.
She'll be on the
Yeah.
sleuth. Alan too, I think. I think
Yeah.
they'll team up and. But anyway, this is all important stuff because you're in that age group where this is very important, and so if it's important to you, it's important. To
I think really I'm just pursuing the Lord more than anything right now. That's what I'm trying to pursue.
Yeah,
more than
it's true.
anything.
It's true. It's good to pursue the Lord, and it's good to make that a priority. But you're also in the age group where picking life partners is important, and we're watching your friend group marry off one at a time
Yeah.
quickly in college night. I mean, Alan and Shay were last year.
Yeah.
Now
Camille
it's
and
Camille and
Levi.
Levi. I was
Yeah.
down for both
Darren
weddings.
and Lisa just got engaged.
And now they
another
got
one,
engaged.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, like, if you're 2 weeks into a 6-week process, like we're.
I don't think it's gonna be 6 weeks.
I didn't know how much you were following your parents' pattern. You look
Yeah, I
up
don't know
to them
about
so
that.
much.
Following that. Yeah, that's
All
a
right.
hard one to follow.
All right. Let's talk about other aspects of your life that
I
are
would
pretty
love
cool.
that. Yeah.
So, karate. I guess we're going to have to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, my name is Desmond Henry, and it's a joy to serve as the director of the Global Network of Evangelists. At GNE, we're all about creating communities of evangelists that are committed to completing the Great Commission together. And we're inviting you to be a part of one of the incredible collaborative opportunities in 2026. Sign up on evangelist.global/BGNE and be a part of what God is doing around the world.
And we're back with Auden. He still looks uncomfortable,
Yep.
even though he had a 10-second break.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
I don't let
act
up.
like that was a long break. We didn't do anything. He looked at me and looked me right in my eyes, laughed to himself, and then we came back to it. Oh, what a liar.
Tell me about
He's just gaslighting. He's gaslighting me.
tell me about karate.
Tell you about karate?
Yeah, it's like
I love karate.
yeah, it's your thing, right?
It's my thing. Well, yeah, it's my hobby. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for about 11 years now.
Wow.
And I got into it because some of my friends did it. And so I begged my mom, can I please do karate? And it took her a couple months to come around to it to see I really wanted to do it. But eventually got signed up. I would go like 4 to 5 times a week. All my friends up quitting. But I kept doing it, got my black belt. And then
You're
was
a black
asked
belt?
to teach.
Let's
I was
go.
asked to teach 2 or 3 years ago.
Johnny
I've been doing that.
Karate.
Johnny Karate, man.
We after my
Hey.
wife met you at that wedding.
Yeah.
Tell a story. You can.
His wife, like,
Yep, Summer.
she messaged me on Instagram, or maybe Tom messaged me on Instagram, and she ended up buying me a Johnny Karate shirt from Parks and Rec and
Let's
sending
go.
it to my house. It was sick.
You kind of have that Chris Pratt look about
A
you.
little bit, yeah. I'd say a little bit of a jokester.
Homeschool version of
Comedi-
Chris Pratt.
yeah, but yeah, homeschool
something
version.
like that.
Yeah. More like
Yeah.
handsome version, probably. Yeah.
Let's not get carried
Less
away here. We'll ask
celebrity.
Daisy when she materializes. I'm sure she'll say you're a good-looking fella.
Okay.
In those words, exact words.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking fella. He's a good-looking fella.
She's a grandma.
Daisy's a grandma?
That's what you just
wow.
said. You said he's a good-looking fella.
Oh, I've seen this movie before, Driving Miss Daisy.
Oh, I just love the smell of a new car. Don't you, Miss Daisy?
So, and that brings the joke full circle because I was going there the whole time.
Were you?
Driving Miss
Yeah,
Daisy.
were you? Yeah.
This is a
Okay.
good one.
Yeah.
It's a good reference.
Look at that wise podcast host right there.
Yep. Anyway, let's go back to karate. So you're a black belt.
My black belt.
So you could actually kick my butt right now. if you wanted
I'm
to.
thinking about it.
But you're gentle and you're a servant, and
Oh yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
so gentle. Yeah.
you're not like you're not like a ninja
Yeah,
where you use like tactics to divert. Like you,
I just
you've
have like
got
the
an honor
throwing-
code, right?
I would have brought the throwing stars with me, but I had to take a flight to get here,
Yeah.
and I didn't have a checked bag, so I couldn't take them with me today. Yeah.
But isn't there an honor code in karate where like you've got to like do no harm or something like that?
Yeah, once you get your black belt, it's like being able to fuse a situation without having to beat somebody up.
Yeah. What's a
Yeah.
technique that they teach you to do that without?
The
Beating someone
whooshy
up.
finger hold.
What? That's an actual
No,
word?
That's Kung Fu Panda.
I was like, what?
The whooshy finger? Skadoosh.
Okay, seriously though, what are some of those diffusing the situation?
I think it's just being comfortable enough to like be okay in a situation. So I don't have to beat somebody else up. I'm not there to show them that, I can beat you up. I can do whatever. But it's just like being able to calmly diffuse a situation. Like people get in a hard situation, their adrenaline goes, it spikes, whatever. And if I've gotten in, little situations, whatever, and it's just taking care of it. Like I had some girl try to come up and grab me and like choke me.
Was
And
that Laura Gallinari?
Probably.
Because
She
she's
did.
been
There's a photo of that on my Instagram.
Yeah, because she's like
Yeah.
doing like
I think so, yeah.
she's doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu right now. Or
Yeah,
something with
I've
the
got a photo of
Gracies.
that. Her trying to
Yeah,
choke me, yeah.
yeah. She thinks
But
she's
I
tough
couldn't
now.
win. I
She
couldn't
thinks she's
win
tough.
against her. She's tough. Like,
Yeah.
She'll beat me up.
I suppose we should put a picture of Laura and her judo thing right now. Blink. There it is. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. That showdown hasn't happened yet officially though, right?
Laura and I, no, not yet.
We do need to
I was
stage
supposed
that,
to
though,
last year. I was supposed to come up here.
We should have next time I'll have next
I think
time,
duel for the podcast, maybe.
I think what we could do is maybe rent a like parking garage for the night.
Oh yeah.
And we'll get everyone to park in a circle and put their high beams.
Yeah.
And then have the two of you come out in your outfits.
That's perfect.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Fight! Yakka! Like Hadouken. I'll do all the noises while you guys
if
fight.
you could, yeah. A little soundboard Tom over here on a mic.
Hadouken. Did you ever play Street Fighter?
A little bit, yeah. I know you're talking about. That's Ryuk is actually the character.
Whatever. I can't pronounce these names. I can just make the noises.
It's okay.
How do you think karate relates to your faith, your walk with Jesus? You got any overlap there?
I think it's taught me to be more controlled. You know, like if I get in a situation, to not let my anger overtake me, or, you know, frustration or whatever else. Embarrassment. You know, that's a good thing. You know, not like kicking across a table or anything. But just dealing with the situation, whatever's at hand. You know, like if I'm fighting a guy at a tournament, I've just kind of got to deal with the situation, you know, like, and try to do the best I can. And so in life, it's like, I'm going to try the best, like the hardest I can. But sometimes it's just, you got to deal with the cards you're handed.
That's cool. You know, I'm thinking about your servant-hearted nature and what I know about you. I've only known you for a couple of years now. Yeah. But last year you were in my Pulse 100 mentoring group, and you weren't supposed to be. You adopted
me into it.
I did. Yeah. I fostered you into into group 5 because you were in somebody else's, and they were grumpy about putting you in my group, but they did it ultimately. And it was good. It was good to have you in there. We had some calls. But I remember that you've always kind of, when I've been around Alan and Shay for things, I've noticed that you're always in the serving role, helping to move the group along or helping to set things up for whatever the planned activity is. But the best one was probably this fall when we turned up for Sia's K-Love tour. Yeah. And I flew into Atlanta, and then you picked me up there. And when we did the drive to Lee University together so that we could be there to support her for the first night of tour, that was pretty special.
It was a sweet time, yeah.
It was. And why don't you tell a little bit about some of the planned activities we had for that experience? Because that was pretty memorable.
Tom called me like 4 days beforehand, maybe a week. You maybe gave me a week.
I don't think I had that much time.
I didn't think you gave me a week.
I think I knew a week in advance myself.
Yeah. So then he ended up saying, like, can I fly down Wednesday, and then can we do it? So ended up picking up from the airport. We went to this little breakfast joint that was way too expensive.
It was good, though.
Yeah, it was a lot of food.
Isn't it called Atlanta Breakfast Club or something like that?
I don't know what it was. I just remember I drove the wrong way on the road. And I don't think Tom realized at one point to get there.
I didn't even know where I was.
Yeah, I just like went backwards down some alley. Then after that, we drove up towards Lee, stopped at a coffee shop, and got to meet Strings and Heart, which was one of the bands
That's right. And I didn't even know who they were. But now that I know, I'm like, wow, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, it was sick. And then I talked to the drummer, or like the bass guy and whatever. And I was like, you should get a bag of coffee or like something from every stop. So I think it started him getting a bag of coffee at every shop. I hope they stuck with it.
So, they're brothers.
Yeah,
the three of them. They're brothers, yeah. And I didn't get to know them at that coffee shop. I didn't talk to them at all. But I went to a different tour stop later, and I got to talk to them a little bit. We were supposed to hang out. It didn't happen. Whatever. I don't know why it didn't happen. But it was pretty cool to kind of see them in action and the other bands. But what else with that? So we saw them play in the coffee shop. Then what did we do?
It was free coffee. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's true.
Said hi to Sia, and then we left and went to Target after that, right?
That's right. We went shopping.
Yeah, we had a little adventure and got to see some flowers, and Tom made a whole gift basket and got all our favorite stuff.
We called it like tour provisions.
Yeah. He was just being like a little sweetheart. You know, some people call Grandpa Tom.
What are you talking about? Like we together went.
Or Papa Tom.
We together went and built a tour provisions pack.
Oh yeah, but they didn't have a fluffy cow. We were gonna get like this little stuff.
That's right. We
didn't have it. Looked at the whole store. Asked employees.
We did try.
It was so sad. Then we went and made signs on my car.
That's right.
And
you make terrible signs, Auden.
It didn't go too well.
Like your heart intention was there, but your art skills did not support.
I think it was the Sharpie's fault. We wrote on the wrong side.
I think I made it work.
Yeah. Maybe I just didn't have the patience for it.
I don't think you did.
No.
But we bought fluorescent poster board.
Yeah.
And then
that was great.
You shipped them to her house, right?
I shipped them to her house.
I wonder if she never said anything about getting those, but it was It's pretty funny. So we
actually.
Okay.
I printed out a picture of a cow and put it in the with the
tube?
poster boards because we couldn't get her the cow.
That's right.
Got to do it.
That's right. So we made signs that said something like "Go see a." There was there was like 2 poster boards, and we made it so that we could mix up the message and make it
funny. Yeah,
funny.
Because Tom's a little comedian.
You helped me think of what to write.
You know, you guys probably didn't know this, but Tom was a clown back in the day.
No,
Tom was a real clown back in the day.
These are
guys.
lies.
You probably didn't know. It's true.
No,
he was a real
There's
clown.
no record of this
and
anywhere.
he was a radio show host.
That's true.
So that's why Tom's actually so good at doing this, is because he's been trained.
Dude,
to
stop
do
deflecting. Anyway, we went to the concert. We went to the concert, and we had everything hidden behind the seats, and then when she walked out on stage to do announcements, we were the only 2 idiots standing up,
only one
yelling, holding these
Yeah.
fluorescent poster boards.
Yeah.
That said, "Hey, see, go
It
see
was
it."
Let's Go See Ya.
Yeah,
is what it was.
but
yeah.
we mixed it up.
Yeah, so it said Go See Ya Let's.
Yeah, go see it. Let's. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. So we mixed up the sign messaging, and she gave us 0 reaction. But as soon as it was over and we got called back, she says, "Oh, I definitely saw you guys." And I was like,
She's
"Wow,
just
that was the
completely
best
ignoring
plan
us.
to ignore ever." So that was a pretty memorable thing. It did stick out to me because we did all that in 24 hours and then just drove back to Atlanta, and then
drove
I
3
flew,
hours
and
up
then
there.
I flew to New York.
Yeah, 3 hours back. Stayed at a hotel, and got
Left
you out of
first
there.
thing. Like we don't even think it was like 4 hours of sleep, maybe, because
Yeah, it was
we stopped at a friend's house and stayed all night there.
Yeah.
You got to
Crazy stories.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
That was sweet. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's kind of my context for getting to know you as a servant, and now we're exploring all the different ways to connect you into the world of ministry, which is pretty cool.
It's fun.
Did we pick a mission for you this year or no?
I don't think I've picked one yet. No.
We're gonna have to work.
I've gotten
on
some
that.
opportunities.
Yeah.
Even like in G&E and outside, but yeah, I haven't chosen anything yet.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot on the docket this year, and we just got to find the right fit. But it's cool that you're here in Connecticut this weekend. This is not your Young Evangelist weekend. I think we tried to do this with you in the winter, and it didn't work out for whatever reason.
There's some scheduling conflict. That
I
was
thought it was a
something
snowstorm
else.
or something like that. Like we were worried about snow or something.
I think you might be right. It might have been something like that.
So we pushed it off, and even though we haven't rescheduled it, you're here. So it was like, hey, let's do the podcast today. Cheyenne Ewing Stokes is preaching all weekend. We got How to Life retreat happening. Not retreat, How to Life event for Eastern Connecticut happening tomorrow night. And so we just get extra friends in town. Pretty sweet deal.
Super exciting, yeah.
And it's been cool to watch you plug into these different communities, How to Life, Pulse, and how is that stuff shaping your thoughts about ministry, just kind of being part of these different evangelistic communities, getting to meet other young people who are excited about the gospel?
Yeah. I think it's just grown me in evangelism and grown me with a heart for it is the biggest thing. So like I always loved loving people. I would get on Snapchat and I would just talk people through their problems and, always was trying to be intentional. And at that time I kind of knew Jesus. It was in high school, but I didn't really I just grew up in the background and I had some head knowledge, but never the heart. But through things
you didn't go to high school though. So who were you snapping? Other people in the house?
No, I knew people.
I'm sorry, he knew people. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's messed up. I know.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
But it was through some people who had done Pulse and done things like How to Life that I really came to know Christ for myself in my heart. It was a thing called Behold Night, which was held by some, I think, previous Pulsers. And then from there, I got connected to Pulse from Alan and Shay, and then they kind of got me into How to Life as well as you kind of get me connected with that. And it was just kind of like little piece by piece where I was growing in my evangelism. I was growing in my heart for it. I was growing in my heart for other people and sharing like this message that I had found that was like this amazing message that had changed my life, that I would be sitting in my room in darkness and like feeling this hole in my heart. And then now I'm full Like I'm full because Christ lives inside me. So it's grown my heart to just talk to other people about that. I was at a coffee shop worship night last night and ended up just talking to these like 5 girls in a small group about that and just getting to encourage them that like you have influence no matter like where you are. Like one of them was like, oh, I have no influence. And then she talked about how she went to a Romanian Bible study at a Romanian church. And they were asking about like, you know, do you ever have struggle praying? And everyone was saying no. And then she just said yes. And then it led to a whole slew of conversations. Wow. So it was like the influence that she had to be bold enough to say, yeah, I mean, I do like struggle praying sometimes, just led to something magical. And I was able to just like intercede on her behalf and encourage her in that. So it's super cool.
That's very cool. Well, young man, if you could do any kind of ministry dream, what would that look like?
It's turned pretty evangelistic. Yeah, honestly, what are you thinking? I love talking to people about evangelism and getting them into that and like enabling them that you have influence and like if you have a heart for Jesus, then you can talk to people about Jesus. Just kind of what I was saying earlier in the podcast about everybody can be your friend. You might not have met them yet. Like if more people can just live that way and more people can just love on other people and realize that like even in the simplest ways you can show Jesus to others, then I think a lot would change. So like in my life recently, that's what a lot of my life's been, is discipling guys. It's been talking to people boldly about the Lord. It's been getting to pray for people and just not being afraid to speak about Jesus and bring him into a conversation because he's already in my life and he's the greatest thing about it. So why not just bring it into conversations with other people too?
That's cool. That's good. Where are we at for time?
52 minutes.
Really? Hey, we burned through 52 minutes. Pretty cool, huh?
I'm a good yapper once you get me started.
Well, you know, we did spend a good 20 minutes talking about Daisy.
Yeah, if we could just like cut that out.
It's not going anywhere. Oh. I think it's cool though because you know if it ends up working out, she can index the episode and go, "Oh, he's so cute! Look at how he's blushing while he's talking about me." It'll be good. Look at only. You know, because we named this girl Daisy, it could literally be any girl that you end up with. I'm saying that on the record. Yeah. You could really make a case. We didn't talk hair color, eye color, race, ethnicity kind of stuff. So really, this is in your favor, bro.
Yeah, she's got brown.
Be in kids ministry,
she's got brown hair.
Oh yeah, you have to
3 button-down shirt.
Yeah, dude, get out of here. You really are gonna have to make sure she serves in kids ministry though, at least once. Yeah. So that you know.
I want a Bible study. Yeah. Gotta get that too. That's big parts.
Exactly.
But hey, if she's a heart for the Lord, she might already be doing that.
That's true.
Women's Bible study, something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because you came prepared to talk about, you know, one girl that you were honed in on, it redirects other activities we could have done on this podcast, which is like help that process along. So since you made a commitment to one conversation, and since we know your dad moves fast, and so you might be following in that trajectory possibly, I'll lay off and not accelerate other conversations with other young women. Look at his face. He's like, he's gonna kill me. Well, I just say.
Have you ever had anybody walk out?
Huh? I walked out on Carly Lofton because she's crazy. That girl said crazy stuff.
That's wild.
She said crazy stuff on my podcast.
She's roasting you?
No, she roasted her whole family, and I was like, can we say that? Can we put this out there? We did it. We did put it out there, uncut.
Yeah.
I mean. Yeah, it's crazy. That's all I got to say. I mean, if you missed that episode, you should go back and watch it. I mean, it's pretty entertaining.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. He's non-committal. But that's okay. We'll get this out there. You know, we'll get this out there. I mean, we have had past guests where we did put their phone number on the screen and try and help them find a wife. You know.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of deal.
Okay.
We did do that.
Who was that?
I'd have to have in mind.
Choyo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we put an email address up.
An email address?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In your case, I was going to just like try and... We're not going to do it.
You're just going to glaze me?
You committed to Daisy, so we're not going to do it. But we would have like maybe started a Christian Mingle
Yeah, a little
together.
Christian Mingle account. Yeah,
and like put it
really
like set up a profile.
start paying for some ads.
I would do
my
that.
Face out there.
As a gift to you.
I appreciate that.
We
yeah.
would have
That's very sweet, Grandpa
co-authored
Tom. Yeah.
your Christian Mingle page.
Yeah, and the description and everything. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's like a bunch of just like candid photos of me that I'm not noticing. Or
I would have
happening.
really paid attention during this interview and used that to create a page, Like
Yeah.
I asked all the right questions. That's where I was headed.
That's crazy.
So you ruined my plan here, but that's okay. Daisy, you're a lucky woman. This young brother must really love you. I mean, like you, because he said enough to commit, and so we won't do it.
Yeah, I was trying to get out of that one, and
I think you saved
just
yourself.
kept pulling me into it.
I know. It's a good thing. All right, last words. I think we've had some fun today. Mostly me.
Yeah, I don't know who's had fun.
Mostly
We can run it back and just start talking about you if you want. I
You
know,
tried to.
I know more about you than I think you know.
That's
But a lot of
creepy.
people share
That's-
interesting facts with me
That's
about the
creepy.
Tom
All right, go ahead.
Mashiro.
Bring it. I'll let you end this
Tom,
thing.
can I ask you about your favorite job that you've ever had? That's been non-ministry related.
Yeah, Papa John's Pizza.
Papa John's Pizza.
Dude, you got to know
what
how
about
to do
pizza making made you love it so
the
much?
flavor lock, man. You got to know how to do that technique. It's almost like, how you hold the golf club? You've got to kind of flavor lock.
Flavor like the pizza.
To roll the crust in right,
Yeah.
This is the motion right here.
That's the
Yeah. You got to get good at that.
What about being a clown really was just
Where are you coming up with this
intrigued
information?
you? Like when you were
I never said that I was.
I've had insider information, Tom. What about
Nobody knows
what about
this.
being a clown, knowing how to, shuffle cards well, like do
Those
tricks?
are unrelated things, by the way.
Yeah, what about that just like really
Being a
intrigued
card
you, I
shark.
guess?
A
Card shark,
just
Lot of-
hustling on the street kind of
yeah.
thing. I mean, all right. So if you want to know about the clown thing,
Yeah.
when I was young, when I was a kid, I had a older friend. I don't know if he was the youth group leader or if he was just like, I don't know what his role was, but he definitely was a fun guy. Took me under his wing, and he had gone to professional clown school with a bunch of friends. I don't know, or maybe he made his friends at clown school or whatever, and they made this like Christian clown ministry thing. And
Okay.
they'd go out together and do youth groups, and they were like the real deal.
Oh yeah.
Clowns are not that popular nowadays
No.
in America anymore.
There's that bad stigma back in 2016.
It was even earlier than that. I
Yeah.
think there was a clown movie even in my teen years, and it started back then. People were like, clowns scare me. But before that time, people hired clowns for birthday parties, all kinds of things like that.
Did you do the whole face makeup and the red
everything.
nose?
Everything. In fact,
Wow.
we'll
Do we
put
have pictures from that?
Yeah, I'll put a picture here since you pressed. Fair game. I tortured you, so I'll
Yeah,
let
you-
this
yeah.
happen. I'll let this happen. So did the whole, and I actually,
It looks like he's gonna cut this out.
no, I'll put it in. I actually remember because I did it all the way up till about 16 or so, 15, 16.
Yeah.
But I actually remember getting hit on by a girl dressed up in clown gear, which is wow. She was a pretty girl.
Hey, when
I
you
was
got
like,
good
"Jeez."
tricks.
I guess so. But I
What a
mean,
guy.
the magic part wasn't connected to the clown part.
Yeah.
The clown part, sometimes you could do some funny magic tricks that were connected, like as part of the clown bit.
Yeah.
But the clown bit was more about balloons and funny skits. And you go to youth rallies and you do these funny skits
Yeah.
and stuff. Sometimes,
It's not like the modern clown stuff that you see where it's more of a magician than it is a clown.
yeah, I mean, so
They still have a little bit
a
of
lot
both.
of clowns will throw in a few little magic tricks, but they're more like gags than they
Yeah.
are clown tricks. And then I started to transition because my mom somehow randomly got me an agent. And that agent would call me for jobs. So starting at age 14, I started getting calls for the paid gigs. And
Yeah,
they were
that's cool.
expensive. I mean, I'd say even by today's standards, like $50 an hour, $100 an hour.
Wow.
I think I capped out at about $150 an hour.
So you were a good magician.
Oh, and I got
You were a pro
and I
clown.
got excused from school to go do it.
Okay, so you were living the high life.
As a young man, I totally was.
Yeah.
And as I got into like the awkward teen years and when popularity was more important, I just realized, man, I feel like the clown thing's not that cool. But the magic part, David Blaine and guys like that were coming out, and that seemed like a cooler way to go. So I started phasing out the clown stuff, like wearing less makeup, going out and doing more serious magic. And then slowly that would disappear, and I'd just show up as myself.
Can we get you in a festival or an event one of these days doing
Definitely
this?
not.
I think we could definitely get some donors.
I have not.
To
I have
cover
not.
this. We might not pay $150 an hour, but maybe that's $50. I'll pay for
but
it.
what was interesting was my first summer moving back to Connecticut. My agent, I think he's passed away now. He must have passed away by now. His name was Dick Curland. Cool guy. He'd had this company called October Productions. And when I moved back to Connecticut and I started working with my home church, which you're going to visit this weekend, there was a young man named Zach Ivins. Do you know the Ivins family? You know, they moved away. Probably you were still kind of young. But Zach was, as a kid, a professional magician. And the church had him at stuff, and he was starting to do libraries and that kind of thing. And I did all that when I was his age, but he was booking himself. And I thought, man, this kid, he's pretty cool. So I said, you know what, Zach, the first thing I did when I moved into Calvary is I said, I used to do what you're doing a long time ago. And I think my agent still does this stuff. I said, would you like to have a talent agent?
That's cool.
And he said, really? And I said, yeah. So I introduced him to Dick Curland. Dick signed him up. Zach Ivins Magic. And for his first, before Zach got his own deal, my very first summer back in Connecticut, I had to come out of retirement to take him on tour so that he could get his own deal.
Yeah.
And so he and I went on tour for the summer. Like, he used to do the summer library tour in Connecticut, and all the libraries would book a certain amount of acts for the summer to entertain for children's programs and things like that. So I came out of retirement for one summer so that Zach could get a deal. And we got together for a summer and we made a road show. And it was called Sick and Wrong. And I think I was sick and he was wrong or whatever. And it was all toilet.
Oh, so you did it too?
I did. I performed for one summer.
Wow.
And it was all toilet humor.
It's all potty humor?
It was all toilet jokes. And we actually, it's hilarious that we did this. So, and I can't believe we got away with doing this. You know, I was a college age guy and he was a maybe 14-year-old. So we'd introduce ourselves as Sick and Wrong. And I'd say, you know, we're on tour 6-8 hours a day and Dick never stops to let us go to the bathroom. So we had to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
And so I take out this bucket. I say, so since we don't have a facility, we make one ourselves. And I take the bucket and then I put a toilet seat on the bucket.
Yeah.
And we showed the bucket empty, but then we start pulling all the stuff out of the toilet. And at the end, the toilet explodes in my face. It's just water, you know? But we pull all this stuff out of the toilet. The kids are like, ew. And then I eat a banana out of the toilet. All this stuff is sick and wrong. That was the goal, was to get the kids to say, that's sick. That's so wrong.
That's terrible.
It was hilarious.
That's terrible.
It was a great show. Anyway, the last summer I was on tour, I was probably 22, 23 years old, something like that. But that's all you get about my magic career. But
that's kind of led you into where you are now, even.
Kind of, sort of.
Leading the younger generation, being kind of like a mentor.
Yes, in that way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that's
a
huge thing that's probably led to where you are now. That's
absolutely.
Really cool.
So in our mentoring relationship over the last year, what's something you take away from older leader pouring into a younger leader? And we'll close with that thought. Okay, Josiah? We'll close with that thought.
I think for you and getting closer to you and hearing your heart and things, you're like not the one to take all the fame. You know, you're not the one to, you know, put the position where you need to be known, I guess. But you know the value you have, you know the value you have in the Lord, and you know the gifts he's given you. And you're just kind of faithful in doing that. I think that's been a big thing for me, is like there's been things that have been given to me from the Lord, and just to be bold and just like know that the Lord's going to lead me in the right path. Like he's going to lead me where I need to be. And I don't have to, stick my neck out to run somebody over to get there, but he's just going to kind of guide me along the path he needs to guide me along.
Well, I'll tell you what, Auden, I do think there is a big future for you in ministry, and we might have to do a follow-up episode to see what plays out this year, because I think it's going to be some cool stuff. Definitely going to try and get you linked up on a trip and find out if things ever materialize with Miss Daisy. Thanks for coming on the show today, Auden.
Can we put like a sound clip there or something like that?
All right. Peace out.
Next week on the Gospelcast, tune in to hear our special guest, Tim Allen. You certainly won't want to miss.